Mario vs Donkey Kong for the Switch is a remake of the GBA title of the same name, released nearly 20 years after the original, with some modern polish added on top such as updated visuals and music, as well as some new worlds and new co-op modes. It gives the game an updated feel, but is it worth your time? Let's take a look. The TLDR in the game is Donkey Kong has stolen the Mario toys from the factory as the stores are all sold out, and it's up to Mario to get them back. Now, as someone who sadly never played the original, I wanted to give the game a go. I was caught with the initial trailer that came out and even gave the demo a try, and I really liked what I played. So here are my thoughts on the game. Now, off the bat, I will say that Mario vs Donkey Kong is a simple game. You could say somewhat of an easy game too. It appears to be a game that would primarily be aimed towards a younger audience, especially with the co-op play, but don't let the simplicity fool you adults out there, as the puzzle aspect is something that people of all ages can enjoy, and I love games that just get the old brain working. There is enough challenge and variety that make the game a pleasant sit down and play sort of game. Whether you have 5 minutes or an hour, you can get a quick game in as you track down those missing toys. Visually, the game is very nice to look at. It has that look of modern Mario games whilst retaining the classic elements that give a Mario game the feel that they have. Everything just feels nice and crisp. Colours are vibrant and it's pleasant to look at, which I think is something, especially in modern era of video games, is very important. The sound quality and the music is top notch as well, incorporating the known themes whilst giving them a high quality finish. You'll find yourself humming some of these tunes as you play along to the game. I found myself doing that for some of the levels already. So the visuals and sound is on point, but what about the gameplay? Well, you can play the game in 2 modes, one being casual mode, which is the easier of the two. You can just take your time in this mode and play at your leisure, or you can try the classic standard option, which has a timer, so you'll need to think on your toes a little more to complete the level. Due to the style of the game being a puzzle platformer, the controls don't feel quite as smooth and free-flowing as something like the other Mario platforming games. Whilst this isn't something that's a major problem, I feel the movement could be a bit looser. There never really feels like a moment where you could fall off an edge because you were moving too fast or too much. With that being said though, I have no major problem with the controls as they do feel quite nice. So how much game is there for you to play? Well, one thing to keep in mind is that Mario vs Donkey Kong is not that long of a game. You could easily finish the base game in about 6 hours or so. Whilst I haven't had a chance myself to try out the extra levels once finishing the game, people have reported that there is about another 5 to 6 hours extra with all that stuff added in. But one thing you have to take into account is, for the style and genre of the game, I would not be expecting a 40-hour epic. It all comes down to additional things like playing the game through the casual classic modes in which you beat the timer, playing through the co-op modes, or if you have friends or family over, it's an easy pick up and play game that you could get into at any time. So, should you buy the game? Well, to be honest, I can't say whether or not you should buy this game, as it does come down to your own personal preference, such as if you enjoy puzzle games, co-op games, or just Mario and Nintendo games in general. One thing I will say is that for the content that you do get, I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough and I was engaged throughout. The best thing I could suggest is to try the demo out, which you can download from the Switch store, just so you can get a feel for the game and see if it's the right game for you. Hopefully that gives you some insight, but for now, thank you so much for watching this mini review for Mario vs Donkey Kong. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content like this. Bye for now.